Muslim communities, drinking alcohol, premarital sex, adultery whilst you are in marriage. Gambling has become a major issue. Young brothers are going to casinos, gambling in casinos, ladbrokes, bookies, placing bets. These are problems today people are dismissing. Children don't know how to respect their parents no more. They don't know who their mother is, who their father is. They think, I'm the man now. I'm everything. I'm a big boy. I can walk on the streets. I know everything. I can go home when I want to go home. I'll go out when I want to go out. Who are you to tell me? You know, if I tell him, he says, who are you to tell me? And I say, look, yaar, I'm trying to tell you something good, brother. He said, my mom doesn't tell me, who are you? My dad doesn't stop me. Who are you? And how true is it? If his father doesn't stop him, then what is Imam Sahib going to stop him for? His boys ain't going to stop him if his father can't do it. There was somebody who was in need of help, turned to me and asked. And then later, the situation settled down. And I said, look, do you still need my help? And you know what that person said to me? Give a good answer. That person said, if he can't listen to his own mother, Imam Sahib, what effect will you have on him? If he can't listen to his own mother, that same mother that used to feed him, the same mother that clothed him, the same mother that gave birth to him, the same mother that when he fell down used to pick him up, the same mother that when you needed attention, she gave attention, that same mother he can't listen to. Imam Sahib, what are you going to have an effect on him? How is he going to listen to you? And how true is it? Those who don't listen to their parents don't listen to nobody. Not even their own boys. And today, children have stopped listening to their parents. Parents tell them, read namaz. He doesn't want to read namaz. He doesn't listen to them. Parents say, don't mess around. What happens is, parents get frustrated, angry, and they give up. They give up on their children. Then the children are out on the street, messing around, doing wrong, and getting sucked up into this dunya, lost into this world. Years will go by, and then he makes dua to Allah, guide me, make me a good person, let me do good things. Allah Ta'ala guides him, and he looks back at his life, and he says, man, I never used to listen to my parents. I used to mess around. Now that same lad who turns around, he's 30, 40 years old and says, oh, I wish I listened to my parents when I was younger. I wish I didn't do these things now. You know what? His parents have passed away. His parents have passed away in a sad state, unhappy. Why? Because the son was doing wrong. Who would want their own father to pass away like this? Or their own mother to pass away sad with them? How will you ask for forgiveness from them? Remember, there's one dua that Allah Ta'ala will never reject. And that's the dua of the parents. Nabi alayhi salam said, this is a dua that Allah will never reject. And look at us. Instead of getting du'as from our parents, we get bad dua from them. Instead of going home and saying, Mum, make dua for me, Allah guides me. They turn around and they think, what is my son turning out to do? And sometimes you go home, and I talk to the parents now, I say this to the parents, they come to dua from the parents, but the parents don't know how to make dua themselves. The parents ain't religious. Parents want religious children, but the parents don't want to be religious. How does that work? How do you expect your son to read namaz if you don't read namaz? And I tell this to the young people here, because tomorrow when they grow and they become parents, if they ain't reading namaz, then their children ain't going to read namaz. If they don't respect their parents today, then tomorrow their own children won't respect them. You know what's that saying? What goes around comes around. Karma. What goes around comes around. And this is what's going to happen. You today terrorize, abuse your parents, and verbally. How sad today that children answer their parents back. And Allah Ta'ala in the Quran said it's haram for you to even say uff to them. Never mind answer them back. Allah Ta'ala in the Quran said, فَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا أُفٍّ. Don't even say uff to them. Don't even turn your back towards them. وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا. Don't even reproach them, reject them. Never mind uff today. Moms are turning around and swearing at their own mothers, disrespecting their own fathers. Today uff is out of the question. Allah Ta'ala has said, if Allah Ta'ala has set the standard of respect to your parents to this level, that Allah Almighty has explained in the Quran that وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا, and be good to your parents, dutiful, righteous, do ihsan upon them. And if they reach an old age, then have rahmah on them, mercy on them. Don't say uff to them. Don't turn your back on them. Today, Allah Ta'ala has said it. The benchmark of respect or disrespect is this much, that you can't say uff. Saying uff is disrespectful according to the teachings and the verses of the Quran. But today people don't even say uff. People have gone beyond the level of uff. Today, children turn around and say, who are you to tell me? What do you think? I own my life. I'm a big boy now. I can go out when I like. I can come back when I like. I can meet who I like. I can talk to who I like. I'll do my homework if I want to do my homework. They give all these answers to their parents. Those same parents who gave you everything. Today you live in their house. You live in their house under their rules. But you think you own everything, eh? Allah Ta'ala has had so much rahmat on me and you as children, that if you can't find Jannah, Allah Ta'ala said, don't look too far. Go towards your mother's feet and Allah has put Jannah there. Allah Almighty has put Jannah in your own house. Allah Almighty has placed paradise in your own house. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala has placed paradise in your own house, under the feet of your mother. You respect and serve your mother, and Allah Ta'ala will give you Jannah in return. The great Imam of Tasawwuf and Tariqat, the great Gnostic and Arif Billah, Bishr al-Hafi, what he used to say? He said, I don't find anything greater than smiling and respecting and showing love towards my mother. This love towards the parents is something that Allah Ta'ala has commanded us in the Quran. The one is an akun liwalidayhi, the one who disrespects his mother and father. Allah Ta'ala said on the day of Qiyamah, that person will not enter into Jannatul Firdaus. No matter how many namaz he has read, no matter how much ibadat he has done, no matter how much of a big mullah he is, if he doesn't know how to respect his mother or his father, on the day of judgment Allah Ta'ala will say, what was the benefit of your namaz when you didn't even know how to respect the one who gave birth to you? The man who provided for you, looked after you. And today look at our state. Major issue and problem. Major problem. People, parents and children need counseling on how to be parents and how to be children. That's the state we are in today. Children don't know how to be children no more, and parents don't know how to be parents. Illa masha'Allah. I don't want to put every pea in the same pot. I don't want to paint everyone with the same paintbrush. There are exceptional cases. Alhamdulillah, we have not got to the drastic and dramatic stage where every house is suffering like this. MashaAllah, we find good children who do good and respect their parents, who have adab towards them, who listen to their parents. Yes, we find them, no doubt. But ever increasingly, we find now many cases and stories. Ke fulana nahi sunda, fulani walidain ne. So and so doesn't listen to his parents no more. He's thrown his mother and father into a nursing home because he can't be asked to look after them. There is no greater rahmat or way for mercy to reach your house than when you have old people in that house. Old people who have white hair, who have become old, and you do their khidmat and service. You serve them. And Allah Ta'ala teaches in the Quran, وَقُلْ رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. They make this dua. Allah Ta'ala said in the Quran, after explaining, worship Allah, respect your parents. If they reach an old age, one of them or two of them, فَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا أُفٍّ. Don't say uff to your parents. وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا. Don't reproach them. And if they reach an old age, if they become old, then make dua for them. Have a nigah rahmat towards them. Have a merciful eye towards them. Overlook their difficulties. Overlook the problems and hardships that they put you through. And make dua for them and say, رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. Oh Allah, have mercy on my parents, just as they had mercy on me when I was small. I was small, they had mercy on me. Now they are old. You see, it's a cycle. Allah Ta'ala has created life in a cycle. When a child is born, let me explain this. A child is born, a child needs attention. A child needs love. A child needs care, food. A child doesn't know how to walk, needs to be taught how to walk. Then that child grows up to be a young man, young woman. She and he can walk on his own, feed himself, do everything. Then look at the circle of life. Then that child that became a good man, young man who used to work, has now become old. When he's become old, he's become weak. He's not as healthy. He has problems. His bones are hurting. His eyes are not working. He can't hear. His back begins to bend. He begins to get wrinkles. He can't stand properly. He can't eat properly. Look, when he was a child, he didn't know how to eat. Now he's old. He's an old man. He needs help, assistance. See the cycle of life. How it happens. It's like the old man has become a child again. Why do old men, like our granddad, our grandmas, nani, nane, dadi, dade, why do they complain? Why are they always shouting? Why do they? You know what they need? They don't need money. Ask them. They don't need money. They don't need a house. They don't need cars. Ask them. You know what they need? Love, attention, care, and dua. That's all they need. They don't, like a child. If you had a baby, you didn't put clothes on it, the baby doesn't care. He'll walk around naked all day. He doesn't know. If you needed to eat food, he'll cry, we'll give him food. Otherwise, you don't need to give him. The child knows. As a child, free life. When they become pensioners, it's the same thing, free life. I'm telling you. This is why when you go to the masjid, what do you find there? Buzurgs, old people, why? They don't work now. No work, nothing. Government pension, chahiye nahi hai. They get their pension. That's it. Alhamdulillah, easy life. See the circle of life. Cycle, isn't it? They've reached an old age now. Allah Ta'ala says, when they're old, make dua for them. Why? Because when they were your age, when they were young and they had power and they had everything, all the strength, what did they used to do? They used to always look after you. Now, the tables have turned. Now Allah Ta'ala is going to test you. Me and you are children, now become men and parents, old. Now Allah is going to test me and say, now how will you look after your parents? Now your parents have reached an old age. How are you going to look after them? And how are we going to look after them? Tell me. Are we going to throw them into a nursing home so the hair can look after them? They don't care when they eat, nothing. It is our duty to look after our parents. Just as it was their duty to look after us when we reached an old age, when we were young. Allahumma rabbi irhamhuma kama rabbayani saghira. Oh Allah, have rahmat on them, just as they had rahmat on me when I was small. What a beautiful dua from the Quran. And remember, the Quran is the word of Allah. This is Allah Ta'ala teaching mankind the rights of parents. And today we go and break the rights of parents. We don't know how to respect them. We don't know how to love them. We don't know how to show mercy to them. Nabi alayhi salatu salam said the person who looks at his mother or father with the nazar-e-rahmat,